Let me break it to you. You're never going to look like your favorite fitness influencer. And before you think I'm going to tell you that that's your fault, I'm not. They don't even look like their photos. And quite frankly, chasing that illusion is ruining your progress. But the real problem isn't just the influencers. It's how social media as a whole has warped our perception of what's realistic, what's healthy, and what's even worth striving for. If you spend enough time on social media, a few things are guaranteed to happen. You're going to be bombarded with the most incredible physiques that you've ever seen. People with abs so sharp they could double as cheese graters. For some this might be inspiring, but for others this is a first-class ticket to the worst case of body dysmorphia that you could imagine. The way that social media works, you're only seeing the cream of the crop. The algorithm isn't showing you average gym goers or even people in great shape. It's showing you the genetic elite, enhanced by perfect lighting, filters, and sometimes even Photoshop. And this is creating an insane case of physique inflation. In the early 2000s, people thought Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man was really buff. Today, he kinda just looks like a skinny nerd. It's like spending all your time in a mental ward and thinking everyone in the world is mentally ill, or sitting in a room full of PhD math students and assuming the average person can solve calculus problems in their sleep. Your perception is skewed, and it's making you feel worse about yourself. If you actually look around your gym, you'll notice that most people don't look like the people in your feed. And that's not a bad thing. These people are probably in great shape. And even they are leagues ahead of the general population. You're not supposed to look like an elite bodybuilder after 6 months of training. Most of these physiques are a result of years of training, elite genetics, and let's be honest, a little bit of help that isn't necessarily legal. When your baseline for normal is set by the best of the best, it's easy to feel like you're failing. Now, this could be a great thing to push you, but that mindset can also push you to take drastic and unhealthy actions, like crash dieting to the point of exhaustion, only to binge and then feel worse than you did before. Or overworking yourself in the gym, chasing results that aren't meant to be obtained quickly. Or worst of all, feeling tempted to take steroids or other PEDs because it feels like that's the only way to actually measure up. And we're now seeing an epidemic of teenagers using steroids because they feel like they have to meet these unrealistic standards. And it's pretty tragic because these expectations don't even need to exist. Here's the thing. You don't need to look like your favorite influencer to be proud of your progress. You just need to focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Because let's be frank, even your favorite influencer doesn't look like themselves all the time. What matters most is not how you compare to someone else, but how you compare to the person you were yesterday and last month and years ago. You'd be amazed at how much progress you make when you stop chasing someone else's impossible standards. Like, there's some simple actionable tips you can take just to get going. 1, start simple and stay consistent. You don't need a perfect plan to start training. You just need to show up consistently and you're sure to see results. 3 to 4 days is plenty to start seeing results. Prioritize compound movements. Focus on things like the bench press, the squat, the deadlift, and pull-ups, which target lots of different parts of your body, and master how to do those with lots of reps, and you're going to build a good physique based entirely off of that. If you're just starting out, you're also probably not strong enough to seriously injure yourself. Just make sure your form is okay and that you're not ego lifting. Each week aim to lift a little bit more than you did the week before, or add an additional rep. You'll be surprised how much these little things add up over time. Eat for your goals. For fat loss, stay in a slight caloric deficit. And for muscle gain, maybe a slight caloric surplus. And always prioritize protein. Track progress, not perfection. Take regular photos of your physique. Track your weight, track your lifts, and measure your waistline. You may not notice the difference in your physique because you're seeing it every single day, but it's definitely there. And if you have that track record, you're going to see the progress and it's going to motivate you to keep going. And don't underestimate the power of sleep and recovery. When you're resting is when your body actually grows and gets stronger. The influencers in your feed are playing a different game. One with filters, editing, and sometimes substances that have a whole host of negative side effects. Now that's their journey, not yours. Yours is about being better than you were yesterday. And when you stop chasing someone else's highlight reel and start focusing on what you can actually achieve, you'll be blown away by how much progress you can make. Real results take time, effort, and patience, but they're worth it because they're yours.